Hello. Hi, everybody. It me. I'm not starting soon. That's a lie. You know, I really do need to figure out how to turn on the Elgato sound reduction thing because there's always so much fan sound in the background of my streams, but I just haven't looked at it. Thank you, Underlaker, for the 10 months. Hi, everybody. I sure am getting face punchy. Yeah, if you missed the announcement today, it's something I've been like dancing around for a really long time and trying not to talk about. It's why I've spoken on streams about how much goddamn food I needed to eat, etc. I'm competing in Creator Clash this year. I'm fighting in an exhibition match on April 15th. Thank you, Captain Fuzzy Nips, Cody House, and Ronzilly. Um, I have gloves, obviously. Yes, they are downstairs. Please use Alanah Fierce as my fighter name. I do have Fierce Pierce merch incoming. Because the whole event really is for charity, and again, I'm not really a competitive person. I'm not even really trying to win. I'm just there I just want to have a good fight. A good, I want to make sure I keep my form. Um, I want it to look good. That's my whole thing. I want to put on a good show. Um, but the best way really to support me would be buy merch, and even that is like not monetarily. It's just that I feel like it's going to be very motivational for me to see people do it. Thank you, my mighty bush. Save my ult for the last round. What's your rating intro music going to be? Oh, I wouldn't even be surprised if I had answered that question years ago in a Q&A. I had always had this. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll have to wait and see. But in my head, forever ago, I had thought, hey, I'd never box, but if I were to, this would be my walkout song. So then when they asked me if I wanted to box, I was like, well, obviously I already know what the song's gonna be. It's just always been stuck in my head as something that I was like, that song would make me feel fucking cool. But because I'm a DJ, I think I'm also going to mix it. So I will have probably music that you've never heard before, which I thought would be kind of cool. What color will my gloves and shorts be? I have no idea. I haven't thought that through. Right now, obviously had to gain weight, done that, um, and just training is my current concern, focus, making sure I'm fit, which I definitely think I'm at a disadvantage again that I work a full-time job makes it really difficult sometimes. Where I feel like the other creators, again, not to say content creation is easy, but they have more time in their schedules. It's very hard for me to fit the time in. Doing my best. And I'm really enjoying it, so yeah. Thank you, Unbaked Parrot. Thank you for the sub, my friend. Um, yeah, I've been training for months, Osu Vinny. We're all training and have been for a really long time. This isn't like, it's been kind of strange today to see people give me training advice. They'll be like, I have a trainer if you need one. Or say, wow, you guys are only doing this and you only have this many months to train. No. We've been training, I think 4-5 months now that I've been involved. So it's been a while. I do not have carpal tunnel, Project Soul. Is there a height advantage between me and my opponent? No, we are the same height, and since I gained weight, now the same weight. So no issues there. How are Ian and Anissa? Wonderful. Yeah, they're both fantastic. I was such a fan of Ian's content back in the day. Yeah, it was very cool to meet him, and they're both just really sweet. And any questions I have, I've been able to ask them, and they're really helpful, and I feel very supported. Do I know the person I'm fighting? Yes. You think I'd be able to do this all if you were still having bad migraines? Absolutely not. If I was still having migraines, There is no fucking way I would be doing this. It's very freeing. I mentioned trying to gain mass a while back for a roll. Yeah, that's why I said, let's say a roll. That's how I described it, because I couldn't think of any other way to do so. Am I going for a KO? No. And it has been funny also, as someone who doesn't know very much about boxing, but probably knows more than the average person who hasn't boxed, it's been really funny to see people talk about KOs. Or also like the amount of people who come out of the woodworks like not knowing anything about boxing. Like people be like, you should wear headgear. Headgear actually doesn't help you at all. In a lot of cases, it makes things worse, not wearing headgear. KOs are very statistically unlikely for female fighters, and even more unlikely for two non-professional female fighters. The likelihood of either of us getting a KO at any point is extremely unlikely. Like, not even something I consider to be possible. It would be cool, and I don't mind if I get knocked out, but that isn't really a reality worth considering. It's just so, even professional female fighters, it's really statistically unlikely, so not really a concern. How's the scar from surgery recovering? Yeah, I don't talk about it anymore because it's been fine for a really long time. The last video I made about it was 6 months ago, which was the update on how it was healing, saying it was healed, so it's fine. Obviously, doctor approved that. I'm talking to my surgeon more thoroughly about it next week, but yeah, everything is all good. I wouldn't have done it without doctor approval. They're not worried at all. And like people like, could it make your migraines come back? No. I'm incapable of having them because the migraine surgery is called nerve decompression surgery. So what they did was sever my nerves. Being hit in the head isn't going to repair the nerves that were causing pressure issues. It's not possible. I could have migraines for some other reason potentially, but I certainly can't get them back in the way that they existed. Will I wear boxing headgear? No boxing headgear. You should do chess boxing. I probably would at this point, but I am so already looking forward to the break. It's a lot. They have to pay for the training, or is the event covering it? They are helping us with training and food, monetarily. Will Banjo be my cut man? That'll be my trainer. Don't be afraid to work the body, don't just headhunt. Thank you, but I don't need advice. I'm all good. Where will it be streaming? Check out thecreatorclash.com and you will get all the info on how to get tickets and how to find the stream. It's pay-per-view, which is because it's all for charity. So last year they raised 1.3 million and are intending to raise more this year. But it was really fun, so yeah. Is this the beginning of my boxing career? It sure is. Yeah, I've been very athletic my whole life, or not my whole life, in the last decade. I've been very athletic. Always gone to the gym. I work out regularly, so it wasn't like unusual for me to just pivot into a different kind of workout. But I've never done any kind of like combat, any kind of martial art. So it's definitely new for me. It's a lot harder mentally than I expected. A lot harder mentally. It's the amount of things that you have to manage in your brain all at once. I was expecting physical challenges. My form is good. I understand a lot of things. Still working on a lot of things, of course, as well, as I can. But my punching form and my footwork are doing well. The mental stuff is way harder. It's really hard to do it, and you also have to be relaxed. You have to make sure you duck and you weave and you bob at the right times, and time your blocking specifically. Know when to just straight block and know when to like try and pass a punch off. It's really, really mentally hard and fun. Have I been hit yet? Yes, plenty. I've actually had 2 trainers, and the first trainer I stopped working with because we just clearly weren't compatible in how he was with my learning style, in that I like to ask a lot of questions and really thoroughly understand things, and he didn't really give me that opportunity. What he did do was beat the shit out of me frequently. I had this, like, I don't know, probably 280-pound man regularly beating the shit out of me, and that part I was okay with. That was because he was like, you're going to need to know how to take a punch. You're doing this in front of people. You're preparing for a fight. You're not just doing boxing cardio like most people let's get you used to being hit in the face, which again was important to do, and I felt safe with it. I didn't like he wasn't being unsafe in any way. So yeah, I've been hit in the face a bunch. Yeah, uh, it's fun. Picking a boxing trainer is like picking a therapist. I totally agree with that. Yes, I think that with the first guy that I had, the issue was that I didn't like being around him, and with the amount of training that you have to do, you kind of need to like being around your trainer. So because I didn't like him, he wasn't, again, compatible with my learning style. It's a lot of time to spend with someone over the course of a month. So definitely had to focus on that. Are we wearing helmets? No, we are not wearing helmets. Practicing stamina is tough in combat. Training it pretty much starts once you're tired. Yeah, stamina is definitely a tough thing. Getting muscle fatigue is tough. But the stamina is not, again, even my concern. That's something you can build up with endurance. It's, yeah, the mental stuff is very hard. How'd you manage to not stream with bruises and welts makeup? I don't stream that much. I took a whole month off streaming, so. But I'm currently not wearing any makeup, which is why I look like a child. After this, maybe some slap fight championship sounds fun. Slap fighting is just hurting people. Boxing is a technical sport. I don't see them the same way. Thank you, Loki. I'm Loki. Very nice. How much weight did I need to gain? I'd prefer not to talk about that specifically. I mean, you can look up how much I weigh, which I've never done before because I had to gain the weight, and that's publicly listed on the site on the fight cards. I'm trying not to talk about it just because I feel like it can have a negative influence on women who might compare themselves to me for whatever reason. So I prefer to not make that a part of this because it doesn't really matter. What matters is that I gained the weight I had to. That's Mika. That's who I'm fighting in the chat, everybody. R.I.P. Mika. We are friends, which I think I said in my video, that I think that Mika and I are the closest of everybody who's fighting. Which is like, I have a lot of friends fighting. Like, Aaron and Jarvis, when I found out about that one, I was devastated. I was like, no, I don't want them to fight. I love them so much because I love both of them so much. But it turns out they don't really know each other that well, whereas I know both of them quite well. I didn't realize they weren't even really friends. So I think most people don't know each other too well. They're just kind of in the same circles. Was Rahul going to fight? He is not. I did fight Rahul yesterday, though, for fun. And I will probably frequently fight Rahul, which is pretty interesting because he's done boxing training too, which is interesting considering he is so much taller and so much bigger than me. Definitely an interesting form of preparation because his reach is huge. He's 6'4". I don't know how much he weighs, but it's a lot more than me. So yeah, I fought Rahul yesterday. He got a good hit on me right on the nose, and I punched him a bunch of times too. Is it more easy or harder that you fight to fight someone you know? Well, I think I'm happy to be fighting Mika because the thing that I like about Creator Clash that I think a lot of the others don't do is it's not like a weird YouTuber ego shit fight testosterone thing. It feels a lot more like a community thing where we're celebrating each other. I'm happy to fight Mika than someone I don't know because I feel like either way I win. Like, if Mika beats me, I'll just be happy. And like, if she's good, I think I will take that very positively and be like, fuck yeah, that's my friend. Whereas if it were a stranger, I feel like it's not like as easy to celebrate. So I think it being somebody that I know well and that I like, it makes the fight feel more comfortable, I think. Positive, comfortable. We're both going through this journey of like getting fit and training and doing all this for this fight that, it's kind of a nice shared experience to have with another girl that you're friends with. Mika, I don't think either of us is getting knockouts, but if either of us did, hey, you have my consent to knock me out. I'm all right with it. Is it like a family fight? No, we have no beef at all. I really like Mika. Um, oh, what else was I gonna say there? Yeah, I think I prefer that I'm fighting somebody that I know and that I like and that I care about, right? I think that that's cooler and easier for me. And I've been having a struggle, at least I was months ago, and it's getting better now, where I really didn't want to hit anyone. I really didn't want to hit anyone. Like, even when I was sparring, they'd be like, just fucking hit me. And I'd be like, I'm sorry. And I'm still apologizing in sparring when I hurt somebody, just because of who I am as a person. I hit somebody in the face, and if I get a good hit on them and they react, I go, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But I think as I keep training, obviously we've got until April, and again, knowing it's Mika and it's not somebody I don't know, I'm like, my brain is reframing it more and more as a technical sport, where if they hit you, it's a skill, it's a technique, and I imagine it'll be the same for her. So I think that I would have more trouble also hitting a stranger. It's just more comfortable. Is this the secret thing I said I was working on yesterday? No, that's my job, dummy. When I mentioned secret thing, that's my full-time job. If I say Falcon Punch while hitting, it's 3 times more powerful. Noted. Thank you. Thank you, the Dank Boy, for the gifted sub. Do I see myself doing this long term? So I'm already excited to not have to work out for a bit in April after it's done. Not because it's too hard yet. Training right now is fine. I know that leading up to the fight, we have to like double our training, and it's going to be fucking hard. And I'm going to want the break so bad. It's just going to be a lot. I can see myself... Look, realistically, I would do another Creator Clash, I think. We'll see how this one goes. I can't say yet. I would do another Creator Clash. I think I would do a chess boxing. I would say 3, maybe. There's got to be a limit to it. If I have a concussion, then never again. And another thing I really like about Creator Clash is that they're very careful. They know that we're amateurs, and they will call a fight early if something even seems to be going wrong. They're not going to let us beat the absolute shit out of each other unfairly if someone's at a massive disadvantage or at risk of getting injured. That's what they did last year, and that's what they'll do this year. Is like, I feel very safe. But I think I would probably continue to do it. It's hard to say after not having done the first one, though, but there's got to be a limit on it. Like, I think I will continue doing boxing, boxing cardio for a long term, because I really enjoy it. But fights, you got to limit those. You can't, that's not good for you. Any worries about the surgery head wound? No. That's almost a year old, or will be at the time of the fight. Doctors have approved it. It's just not a problem. Means for a... Correct. Money is going to charity. Please break out the windmill punch. What about grappling ever be up for that? I don't know. I haven't trained in it. Can't really comment on it. Do I have a cool costume or outfit? No. I haven't thought that far ahead. No, I really don't know. Usually I wear a lot of white. Yeah, I'm really not sure. The only thing that I am focused on making sure that I do is wearing something that is good for a high impact sport. I'm going to be wearing something real high neck. There will be no cleavage from me. I don't want to have to worry about anything like that. So just make sure it fits well and is good for me to fight in and comfortable, and I can move. Did iDubbbz reach out to me, or did I reach out to them? It wasn't iDubbbz that reached out to me. It was Real Good Touring who reached out to me. So Creator Clash team. And then I spoke to iDubbbz and Anissa repeatedly. Hairstyle. I don't know what you people are doing, but I feel like you've maybe never been in a fight before, okay? No part of me is thinking about what I'm wearing or how I'm going to look. No part of me. I'm thinking about boxing. I'm not thinking about how I'm gonna fucking curl or style my hair. Like, I'm not thinking about it yet. I'm sure I'll get there. What am I thinking for makeup? Who fucking knows? Probably not gonna wear any. Like, what? It's boxing. Try boxing. I'm sure when I get closer to it, I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna wear because I'm gonna have to fucking wear something. Right now, I'm not like, I need to make sure that my lips look good for the fight. It's no, not worried about it. No open toe shoes. No. What about getting my nails done? I have not gotten my nails done once since I started boxing because I don't want the nails to be annoying in my gloves. I do not get my nails done anymore for the purposes of boxing. If I bleed, I'll have the cool streak in my hair again. That's true. We know it looked good last time. Again, I'm sure as I get closer to the event, I'll think about the way I'm going to look. But right now, it's just not, it's so low on the list of priorities that I'm really not concerned. I want to be comfortable. That's really it. I want to be comfortable. I want to make sure I can fight well. That's it. I'm much more concerned about my brain and my health than I am about my face, which is why I made an Instagram story because people keep being like, what about, aren't you worried about you getting your pretty face hurt? Not at all. You fucked my face up. We got a bot raid there. Nice one. Thanks for the views, bots. Appreciate it. Great work there, Jeff. I forgot what I was saying. I was talking about... Well, I know I was talking about, as I get closer to the fight, being prepared to think about what I'm going to wear or how I'm going to look or whatever. But yeah, just not a priority right now. Not something I am currently concerned about. We'll figure it out. Think you need to wear a cape as part of your entrance? It's not a bad idea. I like the way that that Ian looked last year. Are we really going to box or is it be like Logan Paul's match? You know, I've never actually watched a Logan Paul fight ever. But it is real boxing. We really are going to be boxing out here. Cosplay as Mika. How would I cosplay as Mika? Shaggy haircut. Either like a band tee or like a retro, some sort of retro like horror movie t-shirt, kind of worn, some jeans. That's the Mika. I could do it. Is this the thing I said I needed to gain weight for? Yes. I didn't make a ton of changes to my diet. Right now I'm just eating a ton of protein. When I was trying to do the weight gain, where now I'm just maintaining, which is pretty easy. I had to just increase my calories, but not do it in an unhealthy way. So I was just eating more food. I was eating a lot of smoothies and stuff. Just more food, but I wasn't eating super unhealthy food or anything. Boxing jeans. I'm sure that the Boxing Commission has rules about what we're supposed to wear. I actually don't know what they are, though, because they're pretty strict. Like, I asked if I could wear a headband, and they said no. Thank you, the Dank Boy. So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly... Oh, I'm not wearing the headband. Do I feel more healthy right now? Sure. I wasn't unhealthy before, though. I think boxed in khakis last year. Really? I didn't know that. My opponent, again, is RIP Miko, who is in the chat. The verified tick in the chat. We do not have head protection, no. I don't have arthritis. Someone asked if I have carpal tunnel or arthritis before. I do not have either of those things. What I have is tendonitis. And tendonitis is just a weakness of this particular tendon in the thumb. And no, it has not caused any issues for boxing whatsoever. Because you're doing this anyway. It's only an issue if I were to do that. If you were to have a thumb war with me, we'd have a problem. That's going to cause me some issues. But yeah, tendonitis is not an issue with boxing. It is a console gamer's nightmare, and it came from playing video games. Which is a shame. If they did like a thumb war boxing event, I'd be fucked. Instead of chess boxing, it's thumb war boxing. I'm out, dude. I don't stand a chance. Thank you. It's crunch time, baby. Philip DeFranco mentioned something about giving you 1,000 nuggets if you win. What's that about, if you don't mind asking? Um, Phil has used my face in, I think, maybe like five of his daily shows, just related to like news stories. Obviously, they weren't like completely uncontextual. So I, at one point, was like, "Hey, man, if you're gonna keep using me as clickbait, I feel like I should be getting a cut." And so I asked him to send me McDonald's directly to the IGN office, and he did in the middle of a podcast. And he sent, I think, like $500 worth of McDonald's to the IGN office. um, so it's now like a running bit where he mentioned me in an episode last year, and I found out because a bunch of people tweeted at me about it, and I I think I was like, "Where's the fucking McDonald's, Phil?" And he was like, "I'll do it." It's like, "Don't worry about it. It's fine." But now he said that if I win the fight, I get 1,000 nuggets, and I have absolutely no doubt that Phil will hold to that, based on the fact that he had done it before. So if I do, I would bet money that I get 1,000 nuggets. How's my God going? God is good. That's one that I think is gonna be tough in the ring though, just based on people last year. Because I keep saying we can do all the prep in the world, we can do all the training in the world. You never really know what's gonna happen when you're actually like fighting in a stadium. And that's what I suspect happened last year. It was really easy from the sidelines to yell at these people and be like, "Put your fucking hands up." But I think when you're there, you can't really. You're just gonna do whatever your body fucking does. Like, I think that's my whole goal, is just to do my best, just to have my form as good as possible and keep my head on my shoulders as much as I can, and have a good time. Again, not so super focused on winning. I am uh, just focused on doing well, portraying the sport as well as possible. Just train here, only your trainer. So I spoke to people about last year who I watched drop their guards and asked questions about it. And they said they couldn't hear their trainers. So you can't really rely on that. Supposedly you can't even hear them. Vaseline is best makeup for the actual match since it's used to close cuts and nicks between the rounds. Yeah, they will be putting Vaseline on us. We are getting Vaselined. That is confirmed. Thank you, Wolfbite. Everyone has a plan until they get hit. Mike Tyson. Yeah. I also like have just been watching more boxing, and it's so funny. Like, Muhammad Ali is one of the best boxers in existence, and if you watch him fight, there's a ton of shit that he does that you should never do. Like, as an amateur boxer, there's a ton of stuff he does that would be absolutely insane to do. Sometimes he just stands with his hands down, like shit that, of course, I would never do that. He's so good that you can't like watch him as an example of what to do because he's so good he gets to be cocky. We don't have that baseline. He's not a good example at all. It's not even that you've got to know the rules before you can break them. You have to be an expert with the rules before you can break them. So he's like not helpful to watch. Thank you, Octavius. Thank you, thank you. Who do your coaches recommend to watch? They've sent me a bunch of videos. Mike Tyson said, "Watch their arms, not their head." That's pretty basic. It's their shoulders and their chest. My first trainer, anytime I would make eye contact with him, would hit me in the face. So again, there's a lot of people being like, "I don't think you know what you're getting into, sweetheart. You're gonna get hit in the face." I've already been hit in the face a few times. Anytime I would look at him, he would smack me in the face every fucking time to make sure that I'm not looking at the face, at the eyes. Is Sony sponsoring me? No, Sony would never sponsor me. I mean, they sponsor my whole life, really. My entire life is sponsored by PlayStation. But no, they would never sponsor me because I work for them. It just would never happen. Am I concerned with brain damage or ocular injury? Sure. Those are much bigger concerns to me than anything else. Definitely, like, It's not something that I think is a realistic concern, considering, again, we're both amateurs and they take it very seriously with Creator Clash. So they're very, again, if they feel like anyone is being overpowered or is unsafe, they will just stop the fight. They stopped fights early last year in a number of instances, even when the fight was like, I could have kept going, like Aaron last year, just because it looked like something was getting unsafe. So are those concerns? Sure. Are those things that I am very, very worried about? No. But it's also like, here's my attitude towards it. I'll do almost anything for charity. Almost anything. I'm a big fan. It's part of what makes me feel okay with having a platform. I think that like having followers sometimes feels gross and weird, and the only thing that helps me like as a human being feel okay with anybody following me is trying to have any impact I can on the world with that. And I think part of the problem with that is like there are plenty of charities who spend monies in ways I don't like, but I'm still just trying to do fucking something. And that's the whole thing, is I will do almost anything for charity to feel like I can justify having any followers in the world. That's that's the goal. But the other thing was like, I also just love an opportunity. And this is something I otherwise never would have done. I'm going to box in front of 20,000 people. What a fucking awesome thing to do. I mean, realistically, we'll have 1 million people overall. I don't know how many people will tune into the stream or how many did last year, but probably not 1 million, but like the people who will see it afterwards, it'll end up being millions, right? That's just insane. Like saying no to something that you could just never be offered otherwise. When people asked me after last year, because I was in the crowd, if I would do it, I was like, there's no way they'll ask me. I'm not a big enough content creator. And then they did. And I was like, a bitch? And of course, I told my mom and she was like, could you not do that? I'd really like you to not do that. But yeah, in my head, it's just like, it's such a awesome opportunity and a cool new thing to learn. And if I have risk of injury, I have risk of injury. I feel like it's worth it. And I think I also feel like there's risk of injury doing anything. Like if I've been weightlifting for years, I have risk of injury there too. You know, I've been weightlifting for the past decade and I have injured myself. Like I fucking came off a motorbike and shattered my kneecap 2 years ago. I knew that was a risk of driving a motorbike, but I still did it. So do I think there's a risk of injury? Not one I'm very concerned about because I trust everybody and I ultimately feel like it's worth it. That's my stance. What did my dad say about it? My dad is really excited because my granddad on my dad's side, who passed away just a few years ago, 3 years ago now, was a boxer. So when I went home, I asked Dad if I could see all the photos of him. They called him Bluey, was his boxing name. And he's got all these photos that I knew he was a boxer, but I didn't really know that he had won a bunch of awards and stuff. So it was really cool to see that. And my dad's excited. My dad's pumped. He's really stoked that I get to do it. So is there risk of injury for them? Here's the thing. Again, so many people messaging me that I think maybe don't know very much about boxing, but they all think they do. We are going to get hurt. We are going to hurt each other. That is a reality of boxing. Rahul punched me flat in the fucking nose yesterday, and it hurt. It happens. It's okay. Like, am I afraid of getting hurt? Not at all. That's just a reality of what we've signed up to do. It's consensual. We have agreed to hurt each other. That is the whole thing. What I'm worried about, funnily enough, and this is in my head more than everything else, looking forward to the black eyes. Those are inevitable. So it's like a swollen face, right? What I'm worried about more than anything else, and this is just because of my stupid fucking shitbag body, is that I injure myself leading up to the fight. So I am trying to be very careful about like making sure I stretch properly twice a day. I'm trying to even do like a little bit of yoga, which I've never really done much of before, just to make sure I'm like stretching and working on any parts of my body that have any like strain or injury or whatever the fuck, to make sure that like I'm not going to injure myself before the fight in training. That's really my concern. Toast hurt himself pre-fight? Maybe I'm not allowed to say. I know how Toast hurt himself. Have I ever been punched in the face? I sure have now. What about a broken nose? Isn't that the most common injury in boxing? For sure. And if I get a broken nose, I get a broken nose. I'm all right with that. You threw your back out a few months ago pooping. The worst like fitness injury that I've ever had. Banjo.
No.
Oh, it's you.
Hey, quick question.
Yeah.
On the God of War Ragnarok,
Yeah.
which one was more special, blue or yellow? The collectors.
Yellow.
Yellow's the best.
I think so.
Then it's blue, innit?
Yeah.
Cool.
You may need to Google that. I don't remember.
I think you're right.
I think I'm right too. Hope so. Sometimes you just come in here and you get asked about God of War. That man is not paying rent. No. But hey, he's asking the questions you were all wondering about. I get it. What was he talking about? Oh yeah, broken nose. If we break our noses, we break our noses. I don't care. That's the one thing my mum is worried about because my mum really likes my nose. She so many times has been like, you have such a cute nose though. And I also like my nose. What do I care though? I'm a writer for a living. I'm allowed to be fucking weird looking. I already speak out the side of my mouth like Rocky Balboa. That's been happening since I was a kid. That, I think I can make it kind of worse. But I've already done that my whole life. Give me a fucked up nose? What do I need it for? Who cares? I thought about, again, also because of the mouth thing. Oh. Now it's Banjo. Hi, little boy.
I carried him so don't get annoyed.
Oh, thank you. Hello, handsome.
You called him and then he came to the gate and I was like...
That's my bad. I thought he might have
see you
been
later.
there. All right, see ya. Here's Banjo. Here's Banjo. He's such a good dog. Banjo, do you want to say hi? No, don't go right for the trash. Hey, say hi. Banjo. You're supposed to look at me, bud. Hey, Banjo. Banjo. What's this? Come on, you can do it. Say hi. Yeah. What a good boy. I'm going to move myself over so you can see the dog. Oh, no. Got to be the other side. There we go. Good little Banjo shop. What a good boy. Dude, he's so black. Just little shadow of a man. Mika, I miss B. How's she doing? Do some trading in the snow worked for Rocky. Yeah. I did think about like trying to recreate the Rocky montage because I thought it would be fun. I thought about it. Am I a righty or a lefty? I am right-handed but left-footed. Funnily enough. Thank you, Nostalgia. Is my webcam flickering? That's fun. I don't know why that's happening. I am goofy-footed, yeah. You speaking like Rocky looks good on you, not on him. You know, I like, again, I've had this my whole life. It's been, you can see videos of me as a child. Doctor thinks I had Bell's palsy. And so I just don't have as much use of nerves on certain parts of my face, effectively. But I have no recollection of it or anything. It's just the way my face is. And yeah, I have people accusing me of like, if they notice it because they're a new subscriber or something and they're like, why does she talk like that? Lip job gone wrong? Like, why do you think that would cause my muscles to move differently in my face? But again, I feel like I was born to be Rocky because we have the same. I like it. Yeah, I'm sorry if I pointed it out and now I've ruined my own face for you. You'll notice it all the time. Yeah, it's lower all the time. Thank you, Chris MP 1993. Great year. Do I have walkout music? I do. I said this earlier in the stream. But I never imagined boxing. Never a thing that I thought I would ever be involved in. But I always knew what my walkout song would be. It was like, if I were ever to do that, to be that alternate universe Alanah that could never be me, this is my fucking walkout song. So I know exactly what it is. I have always known. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. Not that it's that cool. I'm not trying to overhype it or anything. It just makes me feel fucking cool. But again, because I'm a DJ, I intend to mix some shit together as well. So I'll have like a world exclusive walkout song. It is not the Pokemon theme song. It's not Waltzing Matilda either. Uh, you are going to have to tune in on the 15th of April, everybody. That's the plan. Will there be any pre-fight smack talk? Mika and I kind of agreed on this, and I'm going to stick with it. The intention that I intend to stick to with internet smack talk with Mika is to constantly hit on her, which I think is very funny. I'm constantly going to be like, hit me in the face, baby. Destroy me, mom. Absolutely drench me in your spit, baby. That's my plan. Step on my face, queen, etc. Until April. Every single selfie she posts, all of it, all the time. Strangle me, queen. Like that is that is my go-to. And then if she does, again, I also win. No, exactly, Miko. Thank you. I'm not going for the knockout again, AKG Wonder. People keep saying that it's super statistically unlikely that any female fighter gets a knockout. It doesn't happen very often. It is not going to happen between two amateurs, or at least, again, it's very unlikely that it happens. If it does, that's fucking cool. I consent to being knocked out. But it's very unlikely. The John Oliver Adam Driver approach. Exactly. That's exactly the plan. Yeah, I'm just gonna be fucking filthy. Make her get a restraining order. Be like, I think this might be harassment leading up to the fight. That's the plan. Can you watch the fight online? Yes. Details should be all on the creatorclash.com. But outside of that, tickets go on sale Friday for everybody who wants to come in person, which I would love to see that. And I'm going to have merch that I'm going to release soon. I've seen people doing it anyway, where they keep calling me Fierce Pierce, which is one of the shirts that we have a design for. Otherwise, we've got some Australian themed stuff. So this is like literally my first time releasing merch ever outside of this one Australian fire relief shirt that I released. So I'm super excited about it. I just thought it would be a fun like community thing to do. People support me leading up to the fight. So Fierce Pierce is one of them. Hoping to have that up ASAP, hopefully early next week. It is currently being worked on. And they'll be limited as well, so they'll sell out when they sell out and you won't be able to buy anymore. So I'll probably post about it on Patreon first to make sure that those subscribers can get a heads up. But yeah, I thought that the merch line would be really fun. And again, just a cool way for me to feel supported, because everybody in this is friends, right? Like I said, so like our supporters are all people who know each other in a lot of cases. But for the internet, it's just a bunch of strangers. Like you can have people be like, have fun, this is really cool. But it doesn't mean as much because it's text. It's not that it doesn't mean anything. It's harder to visualize the actual support. And I was like, I think if I see people wearing the t-shirts, like if I get tagged in a picture or whatever the fuck, I feel like that will like blow my mind. I think that will be like, oh shit, you're gonna watch this. That's awesome. So I'm really excited to put that together and to put them up. So, oh, Banjo definitely just farted. Lovely. How did you and Mika meet? Mika and I became friends through Ethan, who is one of my best friends who is also fighting. That's Grant Gameplays. I first heard of Mika as a girl Ethan had a crush on, and then we met when they were dating. I think we might have met at Magic Castle, actually. Might have been before that. I don't remember exactly. So I met Mika through Ethan. And so we've known each other for 3 years, maybe? I'm not sure. Oh, it might have been Anime Expo. Mika, you might be right. It might have been Anime Expo. Oh, he really does smell like farts. Any videos with Ethan coming soon? I always have plans to make videos with Ethan and then they never happen. I'm sure we'll get around to it. Ethan wanted to meet up at a restaurant lobby to get out of the heat. Oh, yeah. I left my glasses at that restaurant. That's right. I left my fucking cool glasses I bought in Germany at that restaurant. I forgot about that. You have a matchup fight I would like to see. I love Froggy Fresh. And I've known Chris for a super long time too. So that one, when I found out that they got Froggy Fresh, blew my fucking mind. I was like, what? So I really want to watch that one. I care, again, a lot about a lot of these people, so it's kind of rough. The guy who's fighting Ethan is one of the only people that I don't know who's part of this. So very much in Ethan's corner. Gonna watch that one. And Jarvis versus Aaron is the one that I'm the least happy about. I think like both Jarvis and Aaron are people I love who are so fucking nice. Like, I do not want to watch them fight each other. I might not even watch it. I will be there, obviously, and I'm not sure. Mika, do we have like the order on the website? Do we know like when we're fighting versus everybody else? I imagine that we have a green room where we can watch the fights. Do I know Abilene and Sabrina? I sure do. We're also good friends. Oh, she's keeping it a secret. Okay. Yeah, Sabrina and I took her to see My Chemical Romance with me. Yeah, I'm also friends with Sabrina. I love her to bits too. I don't know Marisha as well, but I think that'll probably change pretty soon because I'm friends with Matt, her husband. So I was texting Marisha today. So the people I don't know, I imagine I'll know pretty soon. Won't be watching any of the fights. No, I think we can watch the fights backstage. Like, we'll be in a green room or whatever, stretching, I don't know, warming up. I don't know what the fuck happens before the fight, to be honest. I don't know. And I imagine we can watch them. I just don't know if I'll watch Aaron Jarvis. I don't know. I had trouble. I'm also friends with Harley, right? I'm just closer to Aaron. And I had trouble watching that one. So you jump me forward to Aaron Jarvis. Oof. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to watch it. I don't think I'll watch any fights before a match, but I'm going to try to watch them after. Granted, I'm not concussed or sleeping after. You know what's crazy? So I got really drunk at Creator Clash last year, and like we hung out like backstage, whatever. I was talking to Matt and Ryan. And then Moist Critical had an after party. And so I ordered like an Uber XL for a bunch of people to get to Moist Critical's after party. And Ryan didn't come, but Matt did. Like Matt, I was a little too drunk to recount this story super well. But I'm pretty sure Matt was like fucked up drunk after fighting and still came to the party. Which I don't think I will be doing. I can't imagine that. And I left that party real quick because I was like, the vibes were weird. The vibes were real weird at that party. Yeah, Matt Watson. I'm pretty sure he had a concussion and went and drank, but I don't want to like say that if that's wrong. I could be full of shit. Apologies to Matt. He definitely got in my Uber, but I'm not sure if he was drunk or not. I was too drunk to say for sure. Anissa said we're not allowed to drink at the after party just for risk of concussion. I'm not drinking this year anyway, so that's okay with me. I've been working on my footwork for sure. The bruises don't set until morning. Yeah, you just kind of get swelling on the night. No one really gets a bruise immediately. That takes a little while. Matt Watson fighting his own father was messed up. Yeah. Matt is singing the national anthem, yeah. Will they be making a short film this year? Great question. Yeah, I intend to. I only didn't last year because it turns out shipping a video game is pretty time consuming. But yeah, I definitely intend to. I have a favorite punch yet or keeping it a secret. I do have a favorite punch, and I don't think I'll share that one. I don't want to spoil too much for people. Like, I worry that showing too much makes it less interesting to watch the fight. Maybe that's stupid. Maybe that's my video game NDA brain being like, you can't give them too much information. Maybe it doesn't matter. I just feel like it's more exciting if people don't know. Try rolling to avoid it. I wonder if I'd get disqualified. That would be super funny. If I start rolling mid-fight. I would love to. Trainer said that looking cool is better than keeping things secret. Yeah, that's probably true. Oh, what you got your head up for, Bob? What's that? What are you even looking at? Banjo. Who knows? This cute boy. This cute boy. What a good boy. Am I excited for Charlie's commentary on me? I don't imagine I'll be able to hear it. Do I still have anything to do with Funhouse? Yeah. I just went and played board games with James and Elise on Saturday night. Hanging out with Lawrence on Sunday. But yeah, I still make Deadly Premonition videos with them. Would I fight Cory Barlog? I fight Cory Barlog every day. That's already the job. How soon do you think you'll watch the fight afterwards? That's a good question. I hadn't thought about that. Will I watch it? I am very... I think it would be a good thing for me to watch it and like stream a reaction to it. So I'll probably wait till I get home. I'm going on holiday the week after. I've already booked that. I told work about that last year. I was like, I'm gonna take a fucking week off after this fight, okay? April, block me out that week, alright? So I think it would make sense if I come back from holiday and then I watch it. But yeah, I hadn't really thought about it. I just imagine that I will. Thank you, Soggy Britches. That really means a lot. I have a new voice acting role coming up soon that I'm really excited about. I won't say anything else just because I don't know how they're going to announce it, but this one I'm really proud to be a part of. It's really cool. If it wasn't Mika, what's another influencer you'd fight in the ring? Again, the thing that I like about fighting Mika, obviously the fact that we're the same height and the same weight for the fight is great, because otherwise I feel like the fight's kind of rigged. I like that it's somebody I trust and that I feel comfortable with. So I think I would always want to do that. Like, I'm not an aggressive person. I'm not a competitive person. Boxing is, I think, like, I've had a lot of people say they never would have expected me to do it because I'm very cool. Not in a, like a I want to say Elvis cool, but I feel like that frames how uncool I am. That was the first reference that came into my head. Aloof is not the word. I am definitely not aloof. I'm very even-tempered. That's what I'm looking for. And so wanting to fight anyone, it doesn't come from there. Like, that's not... I don't have that drive. I don't really have any fire. So I would never have a want to fight somebody out of anger or dislike or anything. It would always be out of respect, I think. I really like Minx. I would probably fight Minx. She's really cool. But otherwise, I don't really know. Probably answered this, but isn't this too early to get hit in the head after the surgery? I have answered it a million times, and I'm sure I'll have to answer it a million times again, which I appreciate the concern. Thank you. Thank you for caring. No, it's been cleared by doctors. I'm talking to my surgeon about it next week. They mentioned being slightly concerned that the scar could tear, and it's a big scar. Like, this scar is fucking huge, which, you know, I always had the option to, like, have cosmetic surgery to get rid of the scar. That right there is a scar. It's pretty big. I just don't care. So they were like, you could get cosmetic surgery to get rid of it. And I was like, it's a scar, whatever. So the scar tissue was like a thing that they were a little bit worried about, but we've looked into options. So one of them that I think I'm going to try to do is if I can get my hair to cover it as a layer, like that. Obviously you have to have your hair braided to keep it out of your face, but if I can like figure out a way to like slick the hair to get it to add a layer of protection, as long as it wouldn't fall in my face, we'll probably have to test that beforehand to see if it would stay. Otherwise, my doctor suggested you can get like scar serums that basically just add a layer that I just have to make sure the boxing commission would approve. I asked about a headband and they said no. Yeah, we'll have Vaseline. We're doing Vaseline anyway. I haven't even started with Forspoken ray tracing. We're still talking about about the fight right now. James giving me any steroids? No, but I have spoken to James about it a ton. Same principle surrounding beards and face protection. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. They don't require head pads, in large part because they are almost proven to be worse for you. Any face paint going to be worn? You're not allowed. Not allowed to wear face paint. That is against boxing commission rules also. Otherwise, I would have gone Kratos stripe. You're not allowed. So there's a lot of pretty specific rules from the boxing commission, things that we can and can't do. So yeah, unfortunately, not allowed to wear the headband, or I would have just to help the scar. But like, the likelihood of it staying on, super unlikely anyway. So if the scar is out, we will cover it with like scar serums. If I can cover it under my hair, that's ideal. And maybe I just like fucking spray the shit out of it. I don't know. I'll test it. But that's the only thing the doctor was like, the skin might rip, but I'm not going to get any internal damage because while it was relatively deep, it was still the wounds were still very superficial. They were very, I forget the word, like internal. This one just got infected, obviously, and expanded a shit ton. So yeah, there's no internal issues anymore. And again, people keep asking like, what if your migraines come back? They can't. The boxing fight isn't going to rebuild my nerves. If anything, I have less nerves in my head. It might help with boxing. I might feel less pain. I don't think that's accurate, but they basically just relieve pressure points. So Hellblade hairstyle. I think hairstyles, you're allowed to do a lot of things. You just don't want it to get annoying, and that's definitely like even a struggle that I've had is when I'm training or sparring or whatever, my fucking hair ends up in my face so often. So you're gonna want to be really careful about that. It's definitely something to worry about. What about have I ever been in a street fight? No. The only fights I have been in the last several months. This is turning out to be too serious to kind of joke around with. Yeah, people are taking it seriously. Thank you, Stalkatron. I'd love to see you there. How is Santa Monica Studio? It's beautiful. I love our office. Just don't wreck that perfect face. I don't give a fuck about my face. If my face gets fucked up because of a boxing fight, that's a boxing fight. I do not participating to look pretty, and I do not exist to look pretty. Prefer to live than be pretty. So that's what I'm doing. Is it for charity? It sure is. I have a real life defense buff. Susie, you should come. Come to Florida. I'd love to see you though. We are not wearing headgear, no. Like, the vibe is gonna be, this is fun, haha, punching, or like I'm going to win and beat some fucking ass while I win. Thank you, Mad Gamer. I know people get tired in the first round. I have a coach. The vibe is not supposed to be haha fun, or haha I'm gonna beat the shit out of this person. Not from my perspective. My perspective is, this is a sport. This is a sport, and I'm going to do it like an athlete. My participation will be that of an athlete. That's the intention, is that I am trying to have correct technique and make sure that I remember things, keep my footwork up. Just trying to treat it like a correct sport, do things correctly and technically, and that's it. Am I excited for the studio's reaction to my boxing match? I got a lot of messages from people at the studio about it today. I feel a little bit like I have the weight of the entire games industry on my back, which is a lot. But it's kind of cool. I hope to not let anybody down. When I'm exercising, put weights on my wrists and ankles. I would bet, as much as I appreciate it, every piece of advice you might give me that I have been given by professionals. Did I watch Ludwig's chess boxing? I didn't. I didn't even know that happened. I'm only vaguely familiar with Ludwig. Thank you, Ellie Berry. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about what weight gloves we're using. I don't know if I'm allowed to answer that. Yeah, I just somehow missed chest busting. I just didn't. I had friends who went, but I didn't really know what it was or whatever. So please keep your elbows in while you're boxing and try to focus on your breathing. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. If I lose, devs lose. God, I've been fighting that fight for way longer than I've been boxing. If I've spent my whole career trying to advocate for the games industry and to try to help audiences understand things that they may not, that's a much bigger fight than this one boxing match. I swear to God. So it probably is a losing fight. I don't know why I keep trying. If you don't care about your face, why not slap boxing? I don't know what slap boxing is. I know what slap fighting is, but slap fighting, from my understanding, is just people slapping each other as hard as they can, which is not at all the same to me as boxing. Thanks, Mika. Make sure to punch and move around the ring. Here's a thing that I've learned about boxing, just from even the people I've told that I've been training. Okay. Here's a thing that I've learned about boxing. As someone who's being trained and is frequently talking to people who are much better than me and have actual experience, whatever. Despite that, I can tell you I've been training for 4 months. People who've never trained will still think that they know more about boxing than anybody else. Someone who's never trained still thinks they're an expert on boxing. I don't know what it is. I think it's because it, like, the way the sport looks just translates to just a fight that, like, you can kind of read. It's weird though. I don't know shit, but at least I know I don't know shit, even after training for 4 months, right? So like, keep having people say shit to me that I'm like, that's not true at all. What you just said to me is definitely not correct. like people who keep saying don't get hit. That's actually not the goal. The goal of boxing is not to not get hit. It's to block when you get hit, which means you're still getting hit. Sure, you can try to not get hit, but you don't want to, like, weigh yourself out. Armchair coaches in the DMs are wild. Absolutely, yeah. As if we aren't paying actual boxing coaches to teach us correct techniques. One of my favorite things today has been people saying, hey, I have a trainer if you need one. Did you think I didn't have one? What? Did you think that I had been I just did this without one? Like I was doing it by myself? What? Hey, if you need a trainer, I've got a really good guy in LA. What the fuck? I'm good, thank you. It's really funny. It keeps happening. Yeah, you might be right, Matt. Mr. Matt. I read it as Matt, even though it's Tam. That if you don't know anything, you think you know things. And for the record, these people are being really nice. Like, nobody's been rude to me about it. I've had, like, a few people be very critical of it being violent, and that's expected. And, you know, it's not a question I haven't had from mainstream media about making video games for a living for a long time either. But mostly people are just like, the advice is nice and supportive. It's just a little funny that people think I don't know. Like, it's a little like, did you think I wasn't aware of that? Like, it's not offensive, just a little bit funny. I got punched in the face once. I know what I'm talking about. Well, I've also had that so many times. People keep being like, you aren't prepared for being hit. You don't know what it's like. I've already been hit. That's part of the training, is getting used to being hit. Again, my first trainer effectively beat the shit out of me. The dude made me cry. He was ruthless. But I had to get used to it. I have been hit in the face at this point probably more than most humans have. Like, just as a result of training for this. I didn't know that, Susie. Thank you. Please remind me to punch. Actually, to jab. But thank you. How angry did I get the first time I got hit on the face? Not at all. It still doesn't make me angry. Because it's like it's deserved. It means you've done something wrong if you get hit in the face in boxing, or it means you have an opportunity to react. I had a weird reaction to it at first, where it was very shocking. Um, yeah, and I still have that a little bit. I think I'm like through the process of boxing training, also kind of going through some therapy. I'm always careful about how much I say about this kind of thing. Just going through some childhood therapy, I think. And so violence used to make me really freeze. And I think as part of that, it's kind of been nice to work through that. That I just would be really shocked. And it's not like that still isn't there a little, but it's going away. Just got to get used to it. Well, if I just said I'm careful about what I say, don't reply with what happened. I'm not going to elaborate on that. But it feels like a weirdly like healthy outlet for some shit. So yeah, it's been nice. How often a week do I train? As much as I can, but like I said, I work full time. I work a 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. job, and then I content create on the side as well. So I'm doing my best. Like this week, there just wasn't a time that I could train today or tomorrow, but we'll train every other day. But I just couldn't fit it in. So I do feel like I'm just doing my best, doing what I can. I was thinking about weightlifting on streams. I thought that would be a cool thing to do that I've been meaning to do for ages. I was like, what if I can, like, if I die while playing a game, I do some weightlifting on stream. I thought that would be really cool. It's like a cool thing that, like, I know this sounds super, like, I'm so preachy when it comes to fitness for gamers. It's something I'm very preachy about. But I care a lot about gamers being fit. I've spoken about this for years, right? And I was like, if I can even get like 5 people who happen to be watching me live to agree to lift a dumbbell, if I die, just do it with me. That'd be fucking awesome. And I know that's cheesy, and I know it makes me seem like some, like, I don't know. It's kind of culty. I don't know. But I was like, if I fucking die and I can convince people to do some bicep curls or something with me while I'm streaming, I would feel better about the world. That would be great. When's the next Last of Us stream? Great question. I think the next Last of Us stream is going to have to be Friday night. I was planning to stream Dead Space with Kate and Sam, but they had to postpone, so that's now on Saturday, which I'm super excited about. So I think the next Last of Us stream will be on Friday, because that's the next time that I have the time. Stream and connect a treadmill to it. I actually have a exercise bike, a mini exercise bike that fits under my desk. Why not just do a full-on gym stream? That's just not my shit. That would require too much effort for somebody who streams in their spare time. I don't have the ability to, like, I don't have a gym. I can't set anything up at a gym, so that's a bit much. But yeah, we'll be doing Dead Space now on Saturday. Super excited. Susie, can you tell me what you know? I'm so excited. Really excited. You could make one of your channel point rewards regarding you working out. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know what channel points are. That's how bad of a content creator I am. I know they exist. I don't know what they do or how rewards work. I don't know. What is Twitch? What am I doing? Do I think my friend will hold back against you? I wouldn't think so. No, again, I think the intention is to treat it like a sport. I don't think so. Susie, all I'm going to say is that I'm getting positive vibes. And I'm excited. Am I going to keep my weight up after the match? Nah, I'll drop back down. It's too much effort. I have to eat too much. So I gained weight over the course of the last 4 months. And keeping the weight is hard. I don't like the amount that I have to eat. So I will drop back down after the fight, which is actually going to be kind of fun because I've never bulked before. So right now I'm pretty muscular, and because I gained the weight. I didn't gain a bunch of fat, right? Um, I gained weight, and that is muscle. I'm sure some of it's fat. Who cares? Whatever. I had to gain weight. But I've never like bulked and then lost weight, so it might be interesting for body composition. I might just be more muscly afterwards. Whatever that means. I guess we'll see. Who's taller? We have the same height. And I think we're less than a year apart in age. Or maybe it would be exactly a year apart. We're pretty close. And we have the same weight, so. Yeah, Mika, what's your birthday? Are you early August? I don't remember. Fun fact, Jessica Negu just promoted your match on her Instagram. Jess is a friend. You know what? Fun fact. Jess was the first person that I ever saw when I landed in the US. When I moved to the US all those years ago. Almost 10 years? I think I might be at 10 years. This January. I think I might be at 10 years. Jessica Negri was the first person I saw. We've been friends for a really long time. Got any super basic workout advice? My biggest thing for fitness, again, as somebody who has done a lot of fitness for a long time, is find something you like or you won't do it. Find something you like. Chris Reagan versus Froggy Fresh is the match I'm most excited about. I think same. Cutting is also hard. Working out at a deficit of calories feels almost impossible without caffeine. I don't have that problem. Because I'm always tired, it kind of became like a superpower. I don't have that issue at all. I'm a year and 6 days older than you. There you go. So pretty close in age, same height, same weight, same zodiac sign. It's pretty even. Thank you, Bork666. Is it a one-time only? So far, yeah. No, Jess and I weren't roommates, just friends. I'm doing well. Yui LeBay, congratulations on starting your stream, friend. Do I swim or they're getting me to skip rope? I do skip rope. It's okay, Susie. You're allowed. I don't mind. Have I had any asthma issues during training? Yes, asthma is my biggest challenge. It has been very hard. And we're also not allowed to have an asthma inhaler in the ring, which I hate. But I am just making sure the medics know that I have asthma. But that has definitely been really fucking tough. Most days I have asthma. It's real hard. Really, really sucks. But there's just not really much I can do about it. I'm doing my best while having serious ass asthma. Dairy products like yogurt, cottage cheese have a lot of protein while being low calorie. I am also aware of that. Thank you. I need high calorie right now, not low calorie. How many rounds maximum? 5. Did I get my green card fixed? No, still waiting. They now don't think I'll have it until the end of next year, which is insane. Do they have a training playlist? No, I've never really done that. I just listened to the yearly playlist that you said you're already following. Peanut butter. I do be having a lot of fucking peanut butter. Which headphones am I wearing? People ask me that a lot. These are Windows Surface Pro. They are my favorite. I have different headphones that I swap to when gaming sometimes, but these are so lightweight. I love them. Really big fan. Very comfy. Too hot to be boxing. I don't exist to look pretty for you, my friend. To be a full cliche, that's not my job. I'm just trying to live my life, man. Am I sure I want Mika in my chat because she's learning my weaknesses? Listen, Mika already knows what's wrong with me. If she learns that I have asthma, she You can't make me have an asthma attack faster. If it happens, it happens. She already is aware of my fucking dumpster fire body. It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. Is it my natural hair color? God, no. I wish, dude. My hair is like dark blonde is probably what it's classified as. She's gonna hit me in my immigration status. You know what's crazy though? Mika, I'm hanging out with Hayden Christensen pretty soon. Regularly. And I'm gonna, like, maybe I can find ways to channel him. Maybe I can, like, find ways to, if that's what I'm hitting Mika in the weakness of, it's Hayden Christensen. I wonder if there's like some way I can figure out how to hurt her in the Hayden Christensen. I have played Forspoken. I'll probably play some more tonight. We'll see. I did want to just do the chatting soon first, so we might jump into some more. But now it's already kind of late, so maybe I won't learn how to fight with the high ground. Is it still 20k per person for boxing training? I have no idea. The national anthem this time is Matt Watson, who is a musical artist. He is a singer, and I think it's a good fit to have Matt do it. But it also, like, kind of sucks he's not fighting again. He clearly wasn't prepared, but the fact that he didn't even get a punch in, I don't think, feels like there should be a comeback. Like, Matt should get a second chance. God, I hope Matt doesn't sing it 3 times. That made me feel insane. Like, being in the crowd as an Australian and hearing an American sing about bombs bursting in air 3 times. That national anthem is fucked up. Every time I hear it and they're like, yeah, we fucking bombed people, I'm always like, 3 times? That said, our national anthem, again, very passive in comparison, is literally, our home is an island. Australia, it's an island. Like, our home is girt by sea is an actual land in our, an actual line in our, Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and world of toil. Our home is girt by sea. It's literally, there's some land and an ocean. I mean, okay, it's still about bombs bursting in air. Like, that's what the fucking anthem's about. It's about bombs. And rockets. That's what the anthem's about. I don't care who did it. It's fucked up. With boxing training and regular work, do you ever sleep? Yeah, this is one thing that I've been really careful about with boxing training, because of my various ailments, is making sure I get enough sleep every night. So I am, for the first time in my entire life, making sure I get 8 hours sleep a night. And I've done so the whole of January. Pretty happy about it. When Starfield coming out? I work at the wrong company, my man. You thought it was good? Our home is good by sea. That's amazing. I love that. That's so funny. Gotten more interested in watching boxing? I have, yeah. Yeah, I definitely like boxing a lot more now that I understand it more. I was never an anti-boxing person. I know there are some people like, I hate the violence, which is totally fair. I've never been against boxing. Again, my granddad is a boxer, but now that I understand it more, I find it more interesting. I have seen Mike Tyson fight plenty of times. I think it would be difficult for a human on the planet to avoid having seen at least one Mike Tyson fight. He is Fucking terrifying. I've never seen Logan Paul. I didn't even know Logan boxed. I thought it was Jake. In any case, I've never seen either of them. He is very fast for his size. He's fucking insane, dude. He's a machine. I mean, boxing is just like, it's a really interesting sport because it's so much more fitness than just punching. Um, and I think there's also something that both of my trainers have said. Both of them are like, I just love knocking out a dude who has abs. Love knocking out a dude who has abs. Because they all walk in and they've got these glamour muscles and they get abs at the gym. And then they imagine that they can box because of the way that they look. And they're like, yeah, look at me, I'm fucking hot shit. And then they knock them out because they have boxing training. Both trainers have said that, or maybe my current trainer didn't say that, but one of the other trainers at my first gym did. Like the two of them were like, fucking love just wrecking a dude who's got a set of abs on him. Which makes sense because yeah, a lot of people probably think they can box if they're strong, but it's way more technical than that. Thank you, Javian Dragon. Want to see what Dad looks like compared to last year? I'm not sure. I think I might see him this week. I haven't seen him in a minute. Also, thank you for 400 subs, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Rocky said it's about how hard you can get hit and how much stamina you have. Yeah, I mean, for everybody who's talking about, like, you know, I've seen his commentary like, YouTuber boxing is ruining the sport. You're ruining my great sport of boxing. Interest in boxing was declining and is now increasing. I feel like it's cool to me. I would love to see it happen for golf too, as a sport that I kind of like. It's kind of bringing it back up. My family coming to watch me fight. My dad wanted to, but can't get the time off work. My mum doesn't want to watch. But my family ultimately doesn't have the money to be able to travel, unfortunately. So that's why I always have to go home to Australia. Is that they can't really afford to come see me. They certainly can't afford to get the whole way to Florida. So I was going to pay for mum or dad to come, but yeah, dad has to work, and I guess I already alluded to this on the internet, but mum may not be able to because my stepdad is terminally ill and is going through chemotherapy. So I'm not going to say, yeah, mum, you got to come watch me box, when she's basically a full-time carer for my stepdad. So that's a huge bummer, but I imagine I can make him proud from afar as best I can. But yeah, they can't really get over, unfortunately. But I feel supported. You know, mum doesn't want me to do it, but I still don't feel like she's frowning on me or anything. And I would love for her to be able to come. It just probably isn't the reality of life right now. Family stuff's been a bit tough. Which is also a thing that was hard, was that, like, the end of last year, I was really hurting myself because I was staying up really late to be on the Australian time zone more. Just to try to help. But it was destroying me, so I had to stop. But I did get to spend a whole month at home, which fucking ruled. The fact that I was allowed to work the whole time remotely was awesome. It was really, really nice to be there. There's also just a shitty reality of I'm very worried about the circumstances of the next time I go home. It's pretty scary. But it was really nice to be there. We had a really, really great time. Played card games and watched my stepdad's favorite movie for the first time. And yeah, a lot of it was really cool. Thank you for the raid, Rules B. Welcome, everybody. Bear McCreary got to do my entrance music. Look, I had thought about, like, how much God of War shit, like, people are expecting just based on comments, but I don't think Sony would want me to do that. I think that they would like to not be associated with it at all, just because that's sort of the way that they treat me with PR stuff. I don't think they would want anything God of War or Sony represented there. When am I looking forward to Phil DeFranco getting me chicken nuggets in? Sure fucking am. Can't wait. That's awesome. Retro. I think I agree. Like, sorry, she said, as a woman who practices MMA, I'm glad boxing is getting the attention it deserves. I honestly believe having influencers jump in the ring to dispel the stigma regarding not just combat, but boxing sports in general. And yeah, my brain has been totally reframed. Like, I was never against it again, but I certainly thought it was people hitting each other. And now I recognize that it is infinitely more skillful and challenging than that. It's a really impressive sport. Have a lot of respect for it, which is cool. It's been a nice thing to dive into and to get to know. And I think it'll probably always be part of my life now. Like, again, would I fight multiple times? Probably, but there's got to be a limit to that. I reckon we'll see how the first one goes. But I think I would do 3 and then out. But if I hurt myself too much, I'll cut sooner than that, right? Or if I get concussed, whatever. So there's a limit to it, but I can see it like boxing training being part of just my fitness going forward because it's really fun. I really enjoy it. I don't think you want to do too many. It's fair to be scared of brain injury for, I mean, in general, but like, yeah, again, it's not that I don't think that's going to happen. No, I don't think that's going to happen. Realistically, it's not going to happen. Statistically, it's extremely unlikely. When you're fighting with 2 amateurs, exhibition matches, they pull you out as soon as someone even seems like they're going to get injured. Nobody's trying to kill the other person in this kind of circumstance. So it's not a huge concern, but it's still a reality of the sport that it can happen. It's possible. And I have taken other dumb risks. That's like I said. No, we are not wearing headgear. But like, I broke my kneecap falling off a motorbike. I chose to ride a motorbike. Again, I really didn't know Logan Paul boxed. I really thought it was just Jake. I have learned in this chat that Logan Paul boxes. I actually am really enjoying the stuff that I'm doing on my personal channel right now. Obviously, I love the gaming stuff. It's part of my DNA. But my next video, so I did like a Velma video and I did this TikTok video about shit that's been bothering me. So I'm basically just like coming up with things, not even coming up with them. It's things that I think bother me. If I want to talk to somebody about something, I'm going to make videos about them for the personal channel. And again, I'm really enjoying making them. The next one is going to be about Logan Paul's energy drink. Stay tuned. I have opinions. I was like, I clearly have opinions on this IRL channel video. And it's doing really well. I think we gained like 5,000 subscribers this week or something. Now that I'm just actually putting content up there, and I'll have another Q&A this week that will be about boxing. So I was just going to answer the most common boxing questions that I've gotten. And I'll probably do some training stuff on there as well. Yeah, it's really fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's fun to do. Thank you, Adino and Whale. Thank you. I got it myself. It is a dope sweater, though. I do really like it. Thank you. I like the TikTok one. I liked the Velma one. I like the Andrew Tate one I made. I have some other TikTok ones I want to make. Yeah, it's fun to do different stuff with that channel. I do want to like make sure that I do more stuff with friends because that was a big goal of that channel. But then I hate asking people to film. Like, I don't want to hang out with someone and be like, by the way, you got film shit. Is it scary fighting in front of 20,000 live people screaming their ass off? I don't know yet. I thankfully have a lot of experience being on a stage with screaming crowds. That's something that I'm super comfortable with. That has never made me nervous. I'm not worried about crowds. The way to terrify an Alanah is to talk to her one-on-one. I freak out. My soul leaves my body if I have to have a one-on-one human interaction. My God. But being in front of crowds or even talking to crowds, totally fine with me. So I'm not worried about that, but fighting in front of that many people? Who fucking knows how I'll feel? Couldn't tell you. I have no clue. Will I do any interviews post-match? I imagine if they want us to, I will. I think they want that. I'm not really sure. Have I ever been in a fight? I've been in like boxing, sparring fights. Yes. Um, have I been in like a street fight? No. I am a very placid human. Thank you, everybody, for the support. I show you my epic uppercut. I have an uppercut. It exists. Uppercut's a really awkward one. It's a really weird one. It took the longest for me to feel comfortable with an uppercut. You think it's a lot easier than it is, but because it's really like a squat motion, the uppercut's a strange one to feel right about. Would boxing training be useful for self-defense? It's a great question. I think that being light on your feet would help you regardless. And being able to foreshadow things a little bit better would be helpful, just absolutely regardless. Thanks for the raid, Stella. Hello, everybody. We're talking about boxing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Alanah. I'm competing in Creative Clash this year. Thank you, Stella. You should come to Tampa. Come to Florida. Come see me box. How many rounds do I think the match will last? How many did the girls last last year? 2? 3? I don't remember. Does my foreman keep my hands up? Thank you. It means a lot. I don't know. I really don't know. Minx went 4? Yeah, maybe. I don't remember. It is up to 5. Yeah, Minx was smiling. It is fun, Stella. You should try it. It is fun. That said, my trainer made me cut back on weightlifting, which is something that I imagine you probably wouldn't like, Stella. Because you use your muscles in a very different way. I had to reduce weightlifting, which I was like, I don't want to. And he's like, you got to, sorry. So you don't get to weightlift as heavy. You got to do it differently. Still lifting heavy weights, but it stops being the goal, which it was my goal beforehand with fitness. I loved lifting heavy, and you're still doing progressive overload, but a lot slower and a lot more meticulously. So it's, yeah, you do have to like reframe the goal. We are not wearing protective gear. No protective gear. Sorry, thank you, Jeff. You answered it. Absolutely no protective gear. Haley's gonna be so scary if she had a whole year since the fight with Minx. But she's fighting Marisha, who, like, when I saw her Instagram, I was like, shit. Damn, like, she looks like she's going hard. I was like, okay. So I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm excited for everybody. What's the coolest thing about boxing? So far for me right now, it's the community. It is the sense of community. It is a bunch of people training together and talking about training and enjoying a sport. I've never really had that, or haven't had that probably since high school, outside of the soccer team we have at Santa Monica Studio, who actually just set up a new thing today, so I'm still playing soccer. But as an adult, it's nice to have that again. I'm liking the community. It's my hardest hit I've taken so far during training sparring. I don't know how to answer that question. Rahul hit me square in the fucking nose yesterday. I asked him yesterday, I was like, how do you feel about hitting me? Because, like, I'm asking him to hit me for training purposes. And I was like, is this bothering you? How do you feel about hitting me? And he's like, no, it just makes me proud of you. Like, because if I'm blocking him or dodging him or whatever, he's just watching me do something. But I was like, that must feel strange. And he's like, no, it's okay. But it's not like he's beating the shit out of me. he did hit me. Did get a good fucking one in the nose yesterday. I also got one good hit on him yesterday that he was like, damn, that sucked. And I was like... I mean, he clearly cares. When he got the hard hit on me yesterday, the look on his face was like he looked very concerned. And so I was just like, I'm okay. And like, it sucked, but I was like, I'm okay. And then he just kept going, and yeah, he's very helpful. Yeah, it's I mean, he's so much bigger than me though. His reach is insane. Yeah, I'll try not to fuck his face up for acting. I don't need my face. We can fuck mine up. His has got to make some money. Do Australians say water like the English? Kinda, water. Is it hard to punch through that impenetrable beard? You know, I don't remember where I hit him yesterday. My trainer did a thing a couple of days ago too where he said, I'll give you $20 if you can punch me in the face. And I did. Twice. I did not take the $20. Susie, you would not believe the amount of people who have told me that I sound like I'm from Boston. Alanah with my asthma and Rahul with his smoker's lung. The asthma's worse, dude. It sucks. It really is the hardest part of it for me is the asthma. It's really, really, really hard. It is shit. Isn't Rahul jacked now? Like, didn't he just start putting in the work? It's unfair. He's like naturally sort of jacked. He naturally just has built arms all the time. He's always got muscle mass. It's something you don't expect when being punched in the face. I mean, it doesn't hurt that much. It's probably the biggest one. It doesn't hurt that much. It's more of like a shock. I think the things that hurt come the next day. Like when you're sore the day after. But being hit in the face, it's all right. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Have I gotten punched before training sparring? No, I had never been punched before I started training. Do I know how much tickets are? I don't. Sorry, but I think that'll probably be on thecreatorclash.com. Who the fuck are we talking about? Boxing, my friend! We are talking about boxing. Never punched my sister? No, I'm a very non-violent human. You should, Stella. That'd be awesome. You do have to come the whole way to Florida. Unfortunately. But I would love to have you. I can't promise to hang out is the only problem, okay? Because it's going to be pretty intense for all of us in Florida. Hi, Aaron. I can't share my fatality. I have one, though. I found the cardio fitness helped the most with being punched or kicked. How about you? How's it going given prior rehab? Yeah, everything's fine. It's no concerns there. Cardio fitness, you know, my trainer obviously says is the most important thing. And again, it's hard because of my stupid fucking asthma. But it's going. We're doing it. It's happening. Yeah, the event tickets go on sale. I think it's Friday morning. I do have CFS, but I actually haven't really dealt with CFS in 2 years. I had been meaning to make an update video about that, but I don't want to because maybe I will eventually. I don't know. It's kind of a weird one. CFS is what they diagnose you with when they don't know what's wrong with you. They found out what was wrong with me. And so while it's still basically CFS, technically, because there was a cause, it's a little bit more complicated than that. And I mean, I'll just say it's related to girl stuff. And the reason I don't want to talk about it publicly is because I feel like men can say some really gross, invasive shit when you publicly speak about ovaries and uteruses. And I was like, y'all don't need to know about that. But then I kind of wanted to talk about it because I figured I could help other women by talking about it because it took so long to diagnose me or to figure out what was wrong with me. But I still think I'm just not going to do that. That's something that, like, for all intents and purposes, the effects are the same as CFS. But I haven't had an issue with it in a couple of years. And I don't know. It's a tough one. Do I help people at the expense of having a bunch of motherfuckers I don't want to hear give me opinions on my ovaries and my uterus and my vagina? I don't think I want to. I think I'm just keeping that one for myself. My vagina's fine. Nobody be concerned about that. That part is fine. The other parts, a mess. So yeah, I think that like I wanted to help people, but I don't want to. I don't want to. Now I can punch them in the face. That's true. So my biggest thing regarding CFS that I want to say to women, because I tested for it extensively and it was not a problem that I had, but is the most common thing. Most people who think they have CFS are just undernourished. And so they kept sending me to nutritionists. Most people who have it just aren't. A lot of them have fucking eating disorders, and just are lying to doctors. Again, was not my issue, but for a lot of people, it is lack of nutrition. They don't have a balanced diet and it fucks their bodies up. That is the most common source. If you think you know somebody who has CFS, obviously they'll get tested for that. Nutritionists will talk to them about it and then you can have that proven wrong. But if that's a concern that you have, you are probably undernourished. And that's why they just maybe talk to so many nutritionists. That was not my issue, but it's really common. Mine was effectively like hormonal. But yeah. I'm not using any hair products. No, it's just bad lighting that makes. That's why it's so funny. I got my hair redone the way I was supposed to properly. I think if you saw like when I had it last dyed, I had said he did it too dark. I went to a new hairdresser and I was like, it's too dark. So then I just let it fade out really far so that we could get back to the proper color. So basically the previous hair color was an accident. It was too dark and then it went to like a yellowy blonde. Unintentional. But now that it's not got any yellow in it, my camera doesn't know how to color correct. So it's making me so pale. The minute I went back to the silver, it was like, bitch, you're a ghost now. Like, well, okay. If you want. Am I concerned about my head surgery? No, I'm not. I am not a natural Targaryen. I actually don't know why the event is in Florida. I don't know why they do that. I'm not sure. Easiest boxing commission to work with? I don't know. You'd have to ask them. Money? I'm not sure. I really don't know. Have I made a video of my training? I might. I'm not sure. I'll make videos about it at the very least, but I'm not sure. Maybe. Did I fix my mic? The YouTube video is weird audio. I have not changed anything about my microphone. It was probably just processing. My computer's fucked up. I'm getting a new one soon. Punching people isn't as illegal in Florida as the rest of the country. I don't know if that's true, but I would buy it. I would believe that to be true. I wouldn't doubt it. Any multiplayer games I'm playing? Just playing a lot of Darktide still. We love it. I'm not saying, Aaron. I refuse to tell. Oh, okay, there you go. Apparently Anissa said it's because the Florida Boxing Commission's the easiest to work with. How many rounds for this charity fight? There are 5 rounds, 2 minutes each. Aaron, I'll text you. I'm going to text you my fucking walk-in right now. You just can't tell the chat, okay? But you can tell them it's cool. There. I done did it. I'm getting early access. Oh, that's interesting, Rowdy One. My CFS didn't have any of those kinds of issues. Again, I still have issues with iron and I still need a lot more sleep than most people, but it's mostly under control. I'd faint and I was really tired. Nice one. It's that Andrew Tate song? Is there an Andrew Tate song? Did Andrew Tate make a song and I didn't know? Oh, God. Oh, no. He did? Oh, well. Of course he did. Yikes. I'm not at all surprised that it's bad. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Why do they all think they need to make rap songs? I'm assuming it's a rap song. Actually, maybe I did see a clip of that. Maybe I did see a clip of him in a car. He has a whole failed rap career? That's crazy. Master Tato. Is he still in jail? I believe he is, yeah. And he said some people could visit him and Aiden Ross is going. For some reason. Wild. Romanian jail. Damn, dude. I thought about making a video about him too on the IRL channel where I just wanted to give a list of all the things he's done that are actually illegal for anyone who's like not sure or needs them compiled. But I don't really want to talk about Andrew Tate. I already did it one time because it's very annoying having people like, he didn't do anything wrong. Did you hear the video where he admitted that he liked R-wording a woman? Did you hear that? It was fucking awful. So I didn't. Fuck that guy. Training is going well, thank you, Jibbish. Still got a long way to go, but we still have a fairly long amount of time. As I said in my announcement video, I think it's gonna... April 15th is going to... It feels very far away and very close at the same time. It's really strange. It feels like it's such a long road, but then I feel like it's gonna, like, pass by in the blink of an eye. It's something. I've been training for about 4 or 5 months now. But still pretty, like, the training's still kind of chill. They just announced Marisha Ray too. Everybody got announced at the same time. 7 a.m. this morning. I have an Aussie flag on my trunks. That, I think I probably should do. Following any diet, I'm just trying to eat 30 grams of protein every meal. That's the only real goal. I'm not super strict on it. I have to eat enough food to maintain my weight gain. I also have every coffee I have now. I have protein powder in it. I have flavorless pea protein powder. It makes the lattes taste like oat milk, but it means that all of my coffees are effectively extra protein shakes, which is nice. I hope you're going to get the proper training. I've already had the proper training or I wouldn't be doing it. We are not just going into a ring and throwing punches aimlessly. That would be silly. How long ago was this plan? Have you been training for months? I started training as soon as they asked me, so yeah. Quick thoughts on Forspoken. So I've only played the first hour. It's up on my YouTube channel. I really hated the demo. The first hour I thought was okay. I was like, this is perfectly fine. But I can see it going downhill, which is why I wanted to play more of it. But we ended up just chatting for 2 hours, so... The writing in the first hour wasn't even that rough. I think it started to get rough at the end. It was all fine. Some weird things, but mostly it was fine. In the demo, I thought it was bad. So I suspect it, like, goes downhill. Yeah, the protein powder in the coffee I wouldn't recommend for everyone because, again, it does make it taste like oat milk. It does give you, like, an oaty, powdery taste to it. But when I need to make sure I get enough calories, because my problem is undereating, not overeating, and I'm trying to get protein in, it's a good one. It works. Thank you, Angry Bullet. I'm doing well, thank you. Am I okay with getting asked a bunch of questions on the stream, or do I want chat to be more chill? No, that was the intention of the stream, was to talk all about the boxing match and answer some questions, so. I have started sparring, yes. I don't have a fast metabolism. I just have a low appetite. I've never had much of an appetite. They make 5 spoken. The fact that that was your first time chat, that was the first thing you wrote here, and that's what you said. Oh, very good. I'm glad to hear people are enjoying Forspoken. I know some people already finished it. I think they said like it took like 12 hours or so. I want to play more of it. Didn't happen tonight. Is the only problem. I was very curious about it though, so. Yeah, I gotta check some more. finally getting the combat system. Oh, Forspoken, dude, in the demo, I found it really weird. And I think maybe that was a bad demo. Um, it's an odd combat system, for sure. I like the way it looks. So, yeah, again, I thought the first hour was okay, but I think I had very low expectations. And I do intend to play more so that I'm not just going off nothing. I hated the demo. So, the first hour was better than the demo, but I'm still curious. What type of game is it? Action adventure, light RPG, I would say. Excited for DS2. Dark Souls 2? No, I'm not. Yeah, the demo was too many mechanics at once that were confusing, but then the tutorial is also very long in the main game. That's a lot of tutorial. People judging for spoken writing. Look, I think it's also there are things about the writing in Forspoken that I said this in the first hour gameplay I put on YouTube. There are things in it that if they happen, like there's shit that Nathan Drake would have said. There's stuff in that, like when she's getting beaten up at the start and she just like is quippy. Nathan Drake would have done that. Her stuff like that's okay in certain parts. Her stuff later in the world just feels like too much and it's too frequent. But I think it's also in part that audiences are sick of that kind of thing. It's just a bit played out. Happened a bit too much. Will I be playing the Dead Space remake? So I didn't get early access to it. I asked for it, but I didn't get it. Because they hate me, I guess. No, they're giving it to me on Friday. So what I'm going to do is, same as I did with Forspoken, I will upload the first hour gameplay on YouTube. And then I'm going to be streaming it here on Saturday with Kate Siegel and Sam Sloyan. Which I'm very excited about. Do that again. But I'll start the game from the start again for their sake. Unless the start's not scary. And then I'll just throw them into the second hour. I also DM'd the Dead Space Twitter, Susie, and I was not given early access. Which is a bummer. They just gave me a streaming code. It happens. Have I ever fought before this? I have not. I have not. I'm really excited about it. But I'm also fine with waiting, you know. It's fine. Yeah, and having Kate and Sam back to play with me is really exciting. They're the best. It was really fun. So you didn't know you could turn down the frequency of the quips before you finish the demo? Yeah, me too. Love that you can do that though. Yeah, they were funny with PT. It's great because they don't play video games as well. So I'm showing them like a new world and it's just cool that they like it. Like, there are some people that you can play video games in front of who aren't gamers who just, like, don't fuck with it. So, it's really cool. So, we'll be streaming. Let me check what time. I have to update Twitch, actually, because I told them it'd be Friday. We are streaming probably 5 p.m. on Saturday with Sam and Kate. We're going to raise money for the Trevor Project. Charity I always love to raise money for. I figured while everybody's talking about Hogwarts Legacy, why not do the opposite of that conversation and raise money for a good cause? I raise money for them every year anyway. They're awesome, so gonna try and raise a bunch of money while we play the game. That's the plan. Come by. It's frequency of quips a new KPI in gaming. To be honest, it's Always Sunny in Space, kind of. So I said this again in my first hour of Forspoken gameplay. The frequency of quips, for the most part, is coming from playtesting. That's kind of, in broad terms, how these kind of conclusions get drawn to. Is that people were confused and lost, and so they needed more dialogue, or they said there wasn't enough dialogue. Like, it usually is KPI type stuff. The people at the studios aren't dumb. That's usually a response to feedback. Thank you, Wavy Ninja. I appreciate that. You know, I've never played Doki Doki. Never played it. I watched a bit of Literature Club though, which I know that game's awesome, but I actually haven't played it. I really should. But there's too many games on my list like that. That one's just a big one. All right, I'm going to finish the stream, everybody. Would you like to say goodbye to Banjo? The cutest thing in the world is he knows when I'm done streaming. If I don't know if I can fake it. All right. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Didn't work. He often, because I probably was too fake. I think he knows the click as well. Often, when I finish a video or a stream and I click stop record, he walks over to me. It's super cute. My little boy. My little man. Oh, what's that waggy tail? Oh, I see the waggy tail. Hello, Banjo. You can wag it. Oh, good boy. Oh, big stretch. They can't see your head, Banjo. They can't see your head. They can just see your silly little tail. What are you doing? What are you doing? Easiest way to get him to wag his tail is to speak in a really high-pitched voice. Normal Banjo. It's a waggy tail. What's going on? Hi, Mom. Good boy. Good boy. Do you want to say goodbye? Come on, you can do it. Say goodbye. Come on. He does this thing where if he doesn't want to listen to the bark command, he pretends he didn't see it. He goes, nope. You said what? Because if he's too tired, he doesn't want to do it. Hey, Benjamin. Come here. Come on. Come on, Bob. Come on, Bob. Oh, you can't just sleep all day. You can't just sleep all day, Banjo. What are you, some kind of lazy dog? Huh? You can't just sleep all the time. Oh my gosh. He's a good boy. Look at you. He's a good dog. Oh, you want me to scratch your butt? Okay. Because you got up, I'll scratch your butt. Fine. You can't walk around giving people your butt all the time, dude. What's wrong with you? It's weird. You say hi? Yeah, you're perfect. Good dog. All right. Well, this is what I'm doing for the rest of the night. Just scratching a butt. You know how it is. It's what I'm here for. This is my job in life. I just stand here. I scratch his butt. Hi, bub. Big stretch. Big stretch. Good boy. Now he's like, bitch, why you fucking wake me though? Why has this happened if not to scratch butt? You're so yawny. There's so many yawns, little Banjo. You gonna go to the trash can again? Hi, handsome. Hi, handsome. What a good boy. Huh? What a good boy. I am gonna plan to get Banjo emotes made at some point, I promise. We will do it at some point. All right. See? He knows. That's how I actually say goodbye. Is that, all right. He goes, what? Yeah, good boy. All right, I am ending the stream. I'm gonna go raid. Let's go raid Brian Gabigli. Say I said hi, everybody. Raid Gabigli. I hope you have a wonderful night. I'm next planning to stream Thursday with Steve, and then Friday and Saturday. Look at us go. Wow, bunch of gamers gaming. Bye, everybody.